Hey everybody, how you doing? Pizza Monty here, 10-year veteran and local 537 pipe welder over here at Cox Engineering's Pipe Fab Shop.
Where are you from?
Weymouth, Massachusetts.
What is your favorite color?
I'm going to say green.
Green? I hate green.
Oh, come on!
Just kidding.
So here we are with a new robotic welding arm that they just invested in. It's nice to be able to be a part of a company that invests in not only itself, but the guys that are in the company. So this new machine in whole is probably a few thousand pounds. Start over here with the mast, the power source, which is a Lincoln Electric machine. The communication cabinet, up to the swing arm, and then all the way down to the robotic welding arm right over here. So you have your main screen, which is where you'll actually see the weld take place, and all our parameters and programs that are installed in here is where you choose what you're supposed to be doing for that procedure at that time.
So it has a camera attached where you can see the welds?
Yeah, there's a camera down here, right underneath the nozzle.
Oh, that's so cool.
So we'll be able to videotape each weld, and everything gets logged as it happens.
Oh, so cool.
So this machine is run off of 3 positioners that spin the pipe for us, which allows you to do more fabs in a short amount of time. Instead of putting a piece up and taking it down on one, you get 3, and you can swing this thing at 360 degrees and hit all the joints that you need that are set up to play. To start the weld process, we go into our program settings and choose the size pipe that we're going to be welding. So then we run that program, which will load it into the computer, which will set it up for ready to weld. Then I'll go into my motion page and I'll make sure that I'm in the correct positioner, since we have 3 at this possible time, and that will designate this pipe to be ready to weld on. Then we'll bring it into place and set it up and get ready to rock. So as I swung this arm over to the joint that we're going to be welding, it's controlled by these pneumatic brake releases.
Yep.
So it's nice and easy that this thing can swing around without any strain on the human body.
So those 2 knobs
Yep.
move the entire...
Yep. So these knobs will release the vertical and horizontal brakes.
Yeah.
And this thing will swing around on the axis of the arms. And as soon as you let go of those, it'll lock itself back up with the braking system. Drop this foot to the ground to stabilize the arm from bouncing or swinging at any point.
Mm-hmm.
And here we're locked onto the joint that we're going to be welding, and we're ready to start up.
I'm ready when you are.
All right. So double checking that I'm on the right positioner here and I'm grounded. A 6-inch that I'm going to be welding.
So what do you mean when you're in the right position? Or isn't this like, because this is...
So this is we have our positioners numbered.
Yeah.
We have 3, so that would be our number 1, number 2, and number 3, which we can load up with all different types of fabs that we're going to be welding. So right now I'm on number 2, so I select that one to make sure I'm on the right
Awesome.
spot. And away we go. Ready, Freddie?
Yes.
There we go. So right now we're doing our first pass, which is the root.
Yep.
And as this goes, I can make small adjustments from my pendant here to fill this root out. I could slow the wire speed, speed it up. Same with the positioner.
Mm-hmm.
How wide I'm weaving, the seam access of my of the welding arm that sits. I can do all that by this pendant.
That's really cool. So what are you controlling right now?
I'm controlling the arm that has the MIG gun attached to it. So this is basically a regular MIG nozzle with the wire feed coming out as if I was holding a regular torch. So you're not really taking a welder away from the work, you're just taking a welder out of the position and the fumes of the actual weld itself. So right now I'm filling out the root. This is going to be a 2-pass process. Here's the pendant, which allows me to adjust any settings, up, down, left, right. I can increase my positioner speed, my wire speed, and the weave in which we're welding at. I also have a clock up in the right-hand corner here, which is showing me the rotation of the pipe on the positioner. So I actually know when my root is about to be finished, and I'll be changing over to the next setting.
So where did you start?
I started at the 0 point.
Yeah.
So when I make it 360 degrees back around, so that way you can't really see with the welding process right now of where your start actually is. So you can read that by the clock. It's calibrated with the positioner.
How do you know it's going to be a good weld?
That's where the experience of the welding eye comes in, to know that you're getting proper penetration. So I'm coming up on a tack here. I'm going to hit my tack fusion button, where I already have metal in place, so I want to burn hotter and faster over the top of it, so I don't create a larger mound, which will affect my cover pass. But sometimes as the positioner rolls, the pipe will move, and at certain points it becomes different heights if it's not perfectly level. So this pendant allows me to raise and lower the height of this robotic arm to stay at the proper distance away from the pipe, so the weld will go in the proper way. So I'm about to change right now. There you go. So now I'm doing the cover.
Why does it sound different?
So the root is an RMD, or in Lincoln's case, an STT program, which it's a short circuit weld. It allows you not to completely blow through when the two pipes together make what is called a root, but it's a gap in the piping. So we're allowed to penetrate that to make this a solid weld. So it's basically a start and stop of the voltage in the weld, and then this is called a pulse for a fill and cover, which allows more heat and voltage to melt the wire to flow more fluid. Creates a cleaner look for the cover. And I'll slowly adjust my pendant here to make sure I'm running in all my edges.
So this one rotates faster than the first one?
Correct, yes. I'm putting more metal right now than I was before, and I have a more liquid puddle. So the speed of my wire coming out of the nozzle, I'm able to spin the pipe at a faster rate.
Nice.
So I just tied in right now, burning over just about 1/4 of an inch. My tie-in. There you go.
You blew a fuse?
Nope, finish the weld.
Oh, that's it?
If you don't grow with the times, you die with the times. So it's good to learn a little bit of every aspect of the business. And as long as you keep your head down and work hard, possibilities are endless.